myself Santosh. I do have around 9 years of experience working in IT industry, and currently I'm working as manager in Microsoft. My core experience is towards data science, data engineering, and data analytics project. Currently, I'm managing around 8 projects, and total I have worked with around 80 projects from different domains such as banking, healthcare, insurance, e-commerce, and retail. And I'm a certified trainer taking training for KSR for the last 5 years.
The 2 days we talked about data engineering, Azure data engineering. First, we talked about data. We were like trying to figure out all the pros and cons of how the data is increasing, what is the reason. Then we moved on to data engineering. As a data engineering, what your role is going to be. And then we moved on to Azure data engineering, where we figured out we have to choose one cloud, and that cloud is going to be Azure. Now, we'll be starting our first topic as part of this course, which is going to be SQL. Today, we will be seeing the introduction to SQL, why SQL plays a major role. We will see that. First of all, what is this SQL? Some people call SQL, some people call SQL. And most of you know, whoever don't know, like whoever is like a beginner or a fresher, whoever has been listening for the first time, SQL stands for Structural Query Language. It's a language. It's a language, and the full form is Structural Query Language. Now, what is this language is all about? What we can do with this language is the next question that you have now. Now, what we can do with this SQL is, we'll see what are the things which we can possibly achieve this by using language. Before even we understand this, I want to tell you one thing. There is something called database. Now, what is a database? Today, all of your information is stored somewhere, right? It is stored somewhere. Where is that? It's a database. The best example I can give is if you open your smartphone, you can see all of your WhatsApp messages or a Google contacts, or even your friends, relatives, everyone's number you have, right? Do you think your brain is capable enough of remembering all these numbers? 100% you can remember, because there is no other thing that is brilliant than your brain. Your brain is the most powerful thing. But by hearting the numbers doesn't make sense for us. We have a lot of other things to do in life, right? We cannot go and by heart each and every one numbers. So what we are doing, we are storing somewhere. We are storing somewhere. Today, if I want to go and search any details, like let's say when Facebook was launched, how many users are there, your Facebook details, password, a user ID, your tweets, your news, all this, if you go and see, just today morning only, I was just getting a notification that it was just showing a notification. I don't know how many of you have got this. It was showing, thanks for spending 12 years in Facebook. Some notification was coming, right? And every year it will show some memory. Last year, these things happened. You had uploaded photos, this type of things, it will show you. Forget about that. In your phone contacts only, your Google contacts, it will show you a recap of what happened 1 year back on exact day. How many of you have observed this? Most of you have got this, right? Whether it's happening in a Google Photos or it is happening in a Facebook, you will be getting all this. Well, I even don't remember what happened on the last year, July 31st. But today, July 31st, I'm getting a notification. As soon as I woke up today, the first message which I saw was what happened 1 year back. And it's a coincidence that I'm sharing this example. But these are all the things you are not reminding, the systems are reminding. All this information, okay, all this information, how come we are able to get it? Right? So if you just go and search, the most tragedy thing that happened in India was tsunami, correct? Which happened in 2004, not sure 2003 or 2004. Now, if you go and search in Google, when did it happen? You'll get all the information. And the other thing which we had was Gujarat earthquake. If you go and search, all the information you will get. If you go and search right from 1947, who is the Prime Minister of India, who is the President of India, everything you will get it. If you go and search how many centuries did Sachin hit, how many centuries did Virat hit, If you go and search, all the details will populate. Now, whatever question you're asking to Google, it is throwing the information. Now, the next question is, how come it's possible? Well, please remember this tagline: something, somewhere it is stored. That's why you're able to pick it, right? What happened 10 years back? What happened 20 years back? What happened 40 years back? All this today you are able to get it. It's all because of this tagline: something, somewhere it is stored. Where it is stored? Database. A database is a place where you can store your data. Just imagine your database like your bucket. In your house, you have a bucket. What you can store in your bucket? You can store water. Now, water is a data here. Bucket is a database here. Very simple layman terms. Water is your data. Bucket is your database. Now, database is a collection of data that is stored, and something, somewhere it is stored. Where it is stored in the database. And that is the reason you are able to get any information at any point of time. Any information at any point of time, you can easily get it because it is stored somewhere. Where it is stored in the database. Now, let's say that you're going to book a ticket. It could be an online movie ticket, or it could be a bus ticket, or it could be a train ticket. Now, what happens is, let's assume that it's a bus ticket. You're going to book a bus ticket. There is a seats are empty. You select one ticket. Since you started first, you have already started the transactions. The other person who's trying to book the same ticket, it will be showing us some blue color saying that it is in progress. That means you have already started the transaction. That means they have blocked it. By chance, if you don't book it in the next 10 minutes, that seat will again become free and another person will book the ticket. Now, multiple people can go and operate on the same database simultaneously. And that's the beauty of a database. You have a pool of water. Anyone can come, anyone can take a cup of water, anyone can pour a cup of water, whatever one they can do, because it's a common pool, it's a common bucket. That is how you can relate to a database. Database, if any new customer is coming, he gets added. Any old customer is changing the updates, it is also possible, right? Now, I'll tell you one thing. 2014 is what I created my Amazon account. 2014. It's almost 9 years I'm using Amazon. Even if you go and track also, you would have also known which year you would have created an account. 2014 to 2000, let's say 18, I was in India. So I was using India address. I was ordering all the products to my home. Okay. 2018, I went to US. So when I went to US, obviously I have to use the same account, but I have to change the location. So I changed my location to my US address. Then after that, again came back to India. So again, I changed back my address to India. Three times I have changed. Now, 2020, since everything was like lockdown, I went back to my native. I stayed there for 1 year. So whatever products I wanted, I ordered to my native fourth location. Again, I came back to Bangalore. Again, I changed my address to Bangalore. The sixth time I went to Chennai. I wanted to stay there for 3 months. So I wanted to change my current address. I'm not talking about shipping address. I'm talking about the current address. So I wanted to change. And it was not allowing me to change. Immediately, I went to the customer care, Amazon customer care, called them, and I asked them, I want to stay in Chennai for 3 months. Why am I not able to change my current address to Chennai location? The girl who was speaking on the other side with a very pleasant voice, you know what she said? 2014, January 1st, you created your account. February 23rd, 2018, you changed to US location. 2020, you have changed November 1st to your native location. 2021, you changed back to Bangalore. 2022, you are changing it back to Chennai. And 2023, you're again changing it back to Bangalore. Now, this is what you have done for the last 6 years. Well, even I did not remember when I changed. She's just displaying like a computer. Just speaking like a computer voiced. It's like a bit surprised. How come this is possible? She simply said, I am tracking each and every your data. Well, according to Amazon, you cannot change your address more than 5 times. You've already changed 5 times. That is the reason it is not allowing you to change. Well, honestly, I'm saying I never knew this that I have changed 5 times. She is saying. And I asked how it's possible. She just said me the tagline, something somewhere it is stored, sir, I am picking it for you. Very simple as it is. That's the beauty of the database, because whatever you're doing, everything is getting recorded. Everything is getting recorded, right? Whatever is happening, whatever the business is happening, whatever the amount of time you search in your Google, or you go and use your Instagram, WhatsApp, messages, everywhere, please remember this, something somewhere it is stored. You cannot escape from this. Okay, all set. All the 88 people in this group, 87 people excluding me, are able to understand what I'm speaking. How it's possible? All the 87 people in this group knows English. If I speak in any of the local language, let's say I speak in Telugu, maximum 40, 50 people will understand. If I speak in Kannada, maximum 10, 12 people will understand. If I speak in Tamil, around 20 people will understand. Urdu, Hindi, Malayalam, whatever I speak, there will be a set of group of people who will understand because their mother tongue could be that language. But what about others? Others will not understand. The reason? Each one knows one language. But if I speak in English, all the people can understand. It's because it's a common language. And you need to remember one thing is, all the 87 people are able to understand what I am speaking. It's all because I'm speaking in a common language. Even if you're in US, UK, Canada, Mexico, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, you can still go and understand the language which I'm speaking. It's because I'm not speaking any hi-fi English, a very simple sentence formed English. So each of you are understanding. Now the question is, I am able to communicate to you by help of English. Listen carefully. There is a database. It is like a computer. Database is like a computer which stores all of your information. If I go and ask database, hey, can we pull this record for me? Can you tell me how many centuries as Virat has it? Can you tell me what happened in 2003? Can you tell me what happened in 2022? What can you tell me how many cases that COVID had? If I go and ask this question, your database is not going to respond because your database doesn't know English. In order to talk to a database, you need to know one language. Just like I am speaking to you with the language English, I have to talk to a database with the one language, and that only language which I can speak is going to be SQL. If I go and ask in Kannada what happened in 2023, it will never tell. If I go and ask what happened in 2021 in Tamil, it's not going to tell. If I go and ask in English what happened in 2010, it's not going to tell. But if I go and ask in a language that the database understands, and that language is nothing but SQL, which stands for Structured Query Language. It is the only one and only language which we can use to communicate to a database. Today, if I speak any local language, none of you will understand. But if I go and speak English, all the people will understand. Similarly, if I go and speak to a database with the language called SQL, database will answer all of your questions. I can read your mind, actually. Okay. First of all, training is not my profession. I do have other profession. Imagine that I'm your mind reader. Now, you people are thinking, what is this guy speaking? In Google, I'm going and asking what happened in 2010. Correct? In Google, I'm going and asking, I'm just going and asking what happened in 2010 in India. And it will give you all the informations what happened in India. Earthquake, that one, this one, etc., etc. Whatever, if you search, you'll get it. What happened in India? Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee he went to Srinagar. It seems that was also I'm getting. Now you people are thinking, this guy is saying, if I want to talk to a database, we have to talk to an SQL. But why is it he's talking in English? If that is a question which you have in your mind, well, whatever I'm asking in English, it's going to the backend as a language called SQL. And it's like a translator now. This Google acts like a translator. Whatever I'm asking in English, it is getting converted into a language. And that language is what it is getting talked to a database. But if you want to talk to a database directly, In that case, your English will not work, your any language will not work. If you want to talk to a database directly, there is only one language which you need to learn, and that language is going to be structural query language. If you learn this language, trust me, you can go and talk to any database as you like. Okay. Now, let's relate the database to a pen drive, because database also stores data. Your pen drive also stores data. Okay. I think I already given this example. The same example I'll give you. You have joined this class not for learning data engineering. You have joined here for learning how to use pen drive. Now, in the class, I would have told you that how to use a pen drive. You just plug your USB port and you will be able to use all the features. And while removing it, you have to eject it. Now, this is what I would have told you, but I would have told you with the help of Samsung pen drive. Tomorrow, in your case, if you buy a Sony pen drive, if you come up with a SanDisk pen drive, you will never come back to me. The reason is you have learned the process, not the device. Similarly, in the world, in the complete market, there are a lot of databases in the market. There are SQL Server, there are Sybase, there is an Oracle database, there is a um, Postgres database. So that there are different brands of databases. But if you learn this SQL language, trust me, you can go and communicate to any database in the market, because every database uses one common language, and that language is nothing but SQL, structured query language. Now, a typical example of how data is getting stored. A typical example of how data is getting stored. Every data that will get stored in the form of a table. There will be a table where the data will be stored. Now, if you observe this carefully, all the 87 people in this group are like having a common feature called name. You have your own name, I have my own name. You have your age, I have my age. So age is common for everyone, name is common for everyone, but the values may be different. I may be Santosh, you may be Kiran, you may be Satish, you may be XYZ. The names are different, but the common is name. Correct? Now that's what we do have. We do have what is this position title, what is this their requirements, what's the salary, all this. Now these are all called columns. These are all called columns because it's a common for everyone. C for common, column common, it's common for everyone. But if you take each one information, this is my information, this is your information, this is your friend's information, these are all called row. Each and every row. And specifically, if I'm looking what is the salary of this person with the name this, who is from this department, that means I'm focusing on a single field that will act like a data point, a single data point, right? And overall, where I'm storing all this, it's going to be in table. You will be seeing a lot of tables in the upcoming sessions, but as of now, this is a typical example of how the data is getting stored in a system. Okay. Now, let's have a small thoughts. Okay. There are so many languages in technology. We have SQL, we have Python, we have Spark, we have a lot of things. And you can see that undoubtedly one of the best language that we do have is SQL. We have checked with a lot of other teams, projects, clients, and we have compared, we have taken the stats, and the stats say that almost 56% of all the projects are using SQL. If I want to count it, I can say that I have worked with almost 45 technologies in my career. Okay, right from the UI technologies until the backend, and with the data science, data engineering, data analyst, web developer, Java developer, I have made my hands wet in all of the technologies in my 10 years of experience. Okay, but let me tell you one story. Everyone reports to a manager. Imagine it's me who is reporting to my manager in my company. Okay, I'm 10 years experienced. My manager is 17 years experienced. Okay. For the 17 years experience, the only technology he knows is SQL. Nothing else. He doesn't know Java. He doesn't know Azure. He doesn't know big data. He doesn't know Spark. He doesn't know anything except SQL. Okay. And not sure if my manager has joined this session, but one thing I can say you is package is 71 LPA. Can you ever believe this? 71 lakhs he is getting for 17 years experience. Of course, he recently turned 18 years. 18 years experience. His package is 71 lakhs. Just divide 71 lakhs by divide by 12, excluding the tax. On an average, you may get 5 lakhs per month. That is how SQL is important. But he is an expert in SQL. Any challenges, anything which we struggle, he will solve us. More than English, he knows SQL. That's how he has become an expert. I'm not saying only focus on SQL, right? If you want to also become an expert, you have to work for 17 years on SQL. I'm just saying the importance of SQL. With one technology, if you can get 70 lakhs, then see how demand the technology is. It's only language which you can use it for communicating. There is no other language. See, if you are in India, fine. If I'm not, if I'm struggling to speak in English, that's fine. I can speak in Hindi. If that is also not case, assume that most of the people from Andhra or Karnataka or Tamil Nadu, I can use all my South Indian languages. I can still make you to understand what I'm speaking. I have an alternative. If you are in India, I have an alternative to speak to you in Hindi, Kannada, or Tamil or Telugu. But if you have joined from US, UK, Canada, Mexico, which language I can speak? Do you think I can convince you? Never. Because in order to communicate to you, there is only one language, which is English. And that's why English is famous. If you know English, you can survive all over the world. If you know Kannada, you can survive only in Karnataka. If you know Hindi, you can survive only in India. But if you know English, you can survive all over the world. There are 245 countries in the world map. You can survive wherever you want. Similarly, in order to communicate the database, there is no other alternative language except SQL. And that's why still this technology is on top as of today. Some of you are thinking, we joined for data engineering. Why this guy is speaking on SQL? Let me tell you one thing. You joined as a Java developer, you joined as a data analyst, you're going to join as a data engineer, you're going to work as a data scientist, you're going to work as a web development. Well, remember one thing, there is always this language is going to be mandatory. If someone comes and asks me, what is the prerequisites that if I want to survive in IT, I will never say communication first. I will say SQL first. For me, SQL comes first, then only your communication English comes first, second. The reason, that is how your technology is important. I've already keep telling you this, without data, there is no application. And if you want to communicate with this data, yes, SQL is there. Take it from me. July 31st, I am saying this. Today, you have started learning SQL and you will use it till the last day of your data engineering class. Trust me. Trust me, the first day that you're learning SQL until the last day that you're implementing project, your SQL will come with you. If you're very strong in SQL and Python, your half of the data engineering is done. Okay. Let's move forward in understanding why it is important. And this is something which I keep hearing from my seniors. Whenever you're learning a technology, it's a good practice that you need to know about the history. I'm not an history oriented person or a social science person, but the respect which we give to a technology is by knowing the history, right? You need not by heart it. You need not remember all this. Okay, just for the sake of understanding the technology, SQL was launched in the year 1970, and it was researched by Raymond Bronze and Dollett Chamberlain. And these are the two people who were able to invent this SQL. And initially, people were calling as SQL. Even now, I call SQL. That's something which is very good and fancy name. But SQL was actually uh, a name that was already being used by some other uh, team. Okay, so initially there was a lot of importance given to the copyrights. So later they changed from SQL to SQL. So people still call SQL, or some people call SQL, doesn't matter. But the name was changed because there was a copyright issue that happened. 1970 is what technology was launched, and today we are in 2023. 53 years down the line, I am still trying to find out what is this technology is all about. There are so many new technologies that is currently in the market, but still we are talking about a technology which is 53 years old. Means, see the importance that it has given. See the importance that has, correct? Now, this is the history of the SQL. Now, in order to understand, there is one thing which I need to tell, why SQL is important. If I want to talk about one parameter, one important feature, why you are giving so much of hype to SQL, right? If that is what, if you're thinking in mind, I'm going to talk about two important concepts. The one concept, I'll call it as OLAP, OLAP, and the other one I'll call it as OLTP, OLTP. Now, this slide you may not understand right away. I'm going to come back to this slide again in order to give a better idea. But for now, let me talk about one use case. Let me talk about one use case. Imagine I have to send money to someone. We have a person A, we have a person B. Very simple, straightforward understanding. I want to send money to person B, who is my friend. Now, what are the options I can have it? I can send him by using Paytm, and or I can send him by using net banking, or I can send him by using Phone Pay or a Google Pay. Right? I can choose any of the way of sending money, and imagine that I'm sending by using Google Pay. Now, one thing which we need to understand is I am sending the money to someone as a 2000 rupees. Now, what happens in the 2000 rupees if I send? The next minute, what will happen? This amount will get changed. This amount will get changed. So 6,000 will become 4,000 and 1,500 will become 3,500. Now, this happens in less than 5 seconds. How it is possible? Very simple. You go, you look for his contact, you look for his number, you enter the amount such as 2000, and you enter the PIN, UPI PIN, and automatically it goes into the system with less than 5 seconds. This is called a transaction. This is called a transaction. Now, how much time it has taken? 5 seconds. See, forget about failed transaction. Sometimes due to network problem and suddenly your Wi-Fi gets disconnected and the amount gets depicted and it will be given back after 7 days. All those are exceptions. But what I'm saying, if you want to send money to someone with a limited time, I want to send, I will be using a Google Pay, Phone Pay, or a Paytm. And this is what it happens. And it just takes a 5 seconds, less than 5 seconds to get this transaction implemented. Okay. Now, the one thing which you need to understand is this is really good. I'm able to send money from person A to person B. All good, all set, well done. Now, I have another example. I have another example. Okay. Let's think about a story now. And I'll tell you one thing. For the next 5 minutes, I'm going to give an example. By chance, if you try this, by chance, if you were successful in this, I will get you the latest version of iPhone as a gift from KSR. Is the deal okay? I'll give you one use case to do now. By chance, if you do it, by chance, if you were successful in doing this, from KSR perspective, we will give you one, I think 14 Pro Max is the latest version, which I have heard about it. We will gift you as a giveaway. Is a challenge accepted? Is a challenge right? Now, let's go with a challenge. Imagine I wanted to buy one phone. Imagine I wanted to buy one phone. So when I want to buy a phone, the first thing what I did is I looked for Amazon portal. I just went and searched iPhone 14 and I got the price. I got the price. Now, when I got the price of the phone, it was showing around 1,14,000 Indian rupees for the latest version of iPhone. Okay. It was showing, the price was showing 1,14,000 INR. Okay. This is a price of the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Now, when I had this value in my mind, I was just thinking, should I really spend this much? This is the first thought I had. Okay. And of course, I thought it's a brand. Anyone in the group, especially from Indians, do you have iPhone Pro Max? You're having? You're from India? You people are thinking, if I have iPhone 14 Max, why will I join this session? Yes or no? Yes or no? If I have the phone, why will I come and join here? Correct. Now, this 18 Pro Max is like, let's say that it is 1,14,000. Even when I wanted to buy, assume that I was thinking multiple times. I just went and showed to my mom that this is what the phone I'm going to buy. The one look she gave was, it was giving hundreds of words. She was like, what is there in this 1,14,000? Why don't you invest this 1,14,000 in either a gold or buy something which is worthful? So that day I stopped buying. I mean, I stopped looking at this phone because she scolded. So I left it. Next 2 days later, she was also like feeling bad. She was like coming back and saying, "You just have one life. Why don't you buy whatever the product you select? Go and buy." She gave a S nod on the second day. So again, I went to the website. I was trying to add the product to the cart. Before buying it, we add to the cart, right? Before buying any product, we add to the cart, and that's what I did. And just like you buy any product, you always take a second opinion. I went to ask my friend, "Well, how is this phone? Is it really good? I'm going to spend 1,14,000. Is it really going to be worth?" And the first thing he asks is, "Hey, I don't think we do have I mean, we can get the same features with a smaller amount. Why are you going to spend too much amount on this phone, which is not going to be worth? Because the only thing which you do is, most of the times you will be in class. Most of the times you will be like, never respond to my calls. Maximum you will use it for camera. And for that, why you want to spend this? You have a better DSLR coming for the same amount." He also gave some negative inputs. I again dropped the plan. I again removed from the cart and I just moved on. The third day, I asked another friend. Fourth day, I asked another friend. Fifth day, I thought, okay, forget it. Whom to ask all this type of questions? I'm interested. It's going to be my decision. It's my favorite product. So let me buy it. And the fifth day, right, when I'm trying to buy the same product, which is iPhone, now this time the cost was 99,999. I was literally shocked. How come? 5 days before, the product was 1,14,000, and 5 days later down the line, every day I visited the product, every day I added the product to the cart, and every day I removed from the cart, and you can see the 5 days later, the price has dropped to 99,000. Now, you know what happened? From my perspective, I was adding. Maybe my mom did not like. Maybe I added again. I took my second opinion. Maybe third time I added again. My friend opposed, and that's why I lost the interest. And then fourth day, what I thought, whoever cares, let them. They have their own opinion. It's my product. It's I want to buy. So I was trying to add. This is my mindset. But do you know what happened with respect to Amazon? Do you know what happened to Amazon? Amazon was thinking, hey, what happened to this guy? Day one, he came, he added to the cart, but he never purchased. Okay, fine. I thought he's just looking at it. Day two, again, he came. Again, he wanted to buy. He was about to buy it. He was adding to the cart, but unfortunately, he was not buying. Okay, I thought maybe he did not have money. Third day, he came. Fourth day, he came. What is his problem? He wants to buy the product, but unfortunately, something is stopping him from buying it. Well, this is what Amazon will think. From my perspective, I was asking my friends, second opinion, mom, dad, everything I was doing. But from Amazon perspective, what Amazon is thinking, see, Amazon will make money only if you buy the products. If you all don't buy anything in Amazon, there is no company at all. Amazon is one of the best e-commerce as of today. It's because you people are all buying on a daily basis. If you all people do a strike, if you all people don't buy, then Amazon will fall down. It is all lifted by customers. Now, what according to Amazon happens is Amazon is thinking something is wrong with this guy. He wants to buy, but something is stopping him. What could be that? So they keep on analyzing how many times you came to website, how many times you added to the product, how many times you have removed from the product, and what is that one thing which is stopping him from buying it. Is it because of color? Is it because of the features? Is it because of the any accessories he's looking for, or he's thinking overpriced? And you know what? 4 days down the line, you can see that you would have got some discount. You would have got some discount. You would have got a discount. You would have got a cashback, or you would have got a zero EMI option, or you would have been a rapid change. They would have scratched the amount and they would have given 99,999. What according to Amazon is something is better than nothing. If he is not able to buy for 1,15,000, let him buy for 99,999. Something I will generate a profit. But from user perspective, hey, it was initially 1,15,000. Now it is less than my 6 digit. Why can't I buy this? And that's the drug that has been plugged into your brain, and you have fallen into trap. Amazon will still make a profit with 99,999. But what you thinking from your perspective is, yes, they have reduced it. And you know what? They have reduced only for you, not for your friends. This happens because they have monitored your analysis for the last 4 days. For the last 4 days, they are doing all your page analysis. How many times he's coming, how many times he's adding the product to the cart, how many times he's removing from the product to the cart. Something is wrong with them. Let me give him a discount. And that's the value which you see after 5 days. Now tell me, when you compare with the previous example of Google Pay and Phone Pay, where you have to send money to 2,000 rupees to your friend, the maximum time taken is 5 seconds. Now, in order to do this analysis, do you think it's possible in 1 minute? Definitely possible, not possible. If this type of offers they have to give, they have to analyze your movement, they have to analyze your page, they have to analyze your account for minimum 3 to 4 days. After 3 to 4 days only, they are giving you offer. The reason, they have wanted to sell this product, they know that you're interested, but something was stopping you, so they have given you a discount. Now, as I've told you, we'll have one challenge. We will have one challenge. Okay. The challenge is, you can go to Amazon. Okay. You can go to Amazon. You can buy iPhone. You can buy iPhone. Okay. You can just take this iPhone. If I search phone, I'm getting something else. Let's search for 13. Okay. Now let's say that you're searching for Samsung phone. Okay. The Samsung phone, today the price is 65,900. Sorry, 794. Now the challenge for you is, listen carefully. Whenever you're opening in your smartphone, open the any product which you want. Open any product which you want. Take the snapshot of the initial first price. Okay. Then remove from the product, take a snapshot, add to the product, take a snapshot, do it 3 days continuously. And the proof is, I want to see your screenshots. Whether you have really went to the Amazon portal, whether you have really have browsed it, and have you really added to the cart, I need to see the proof. Fourth day, if this price is not increasing from KSR, that product will be gifted to you. From KSR, that product will be gifted to you. You add whatever product you want. monitor for 5 days, remove it, add it, remove it, add it. And the proof is I need to see the screenshots. And fourth day, if you don't find any offer, discounts, cashbacks, zero EMI option, this product is yours. Are you all open to the challenge?
Yes.
Yes.
We'll try it.
Yes.
We will try only in Amazon, or we can try in another website also.
I mean, Amazon. You can try in Amazon. And I'm telling you, I'll get you the product. I'm telling you, I'll get you the product. And I've told for all of my 85 batches so far, and still haven't got for anyone. Reason? Reason? 100% this will happen. I have worked in Amazon. I know how it works. Yeah, before joining Microsoft, I was working in Amazon. I know how they attract customers. I know what is the benefits they give. 100%, at least some benefits you will get it. Even the price may not increase, but at least they would have given some zero EMI options. They would have given some discount, some cashbacks, some credit card 10% off offer, ICICI Bank 5% off offer. Either one or the other thing they would have definitely given you because they want you to buy the product. And why I'm telling you so confidently that I'll get you this product, even before even trying, I'll tell you that this is what will happen because I've been doing this for all these years. And that's the analysis the company does on your account. And it's not a one day analysis. They're monitoring you for 3 days. They're monitoring you how many times you're coming for. They will look at your usage, how badly you need that product. One day you do it, second day you don't do it, third day you do. Why will they give you offers? Right? They are going to monitor your usage. Now tell me, this is something which I'm doing for not for 1 minute, not for 1 second. They are doing it for 3 days. 3 days they're monitoring your activities and then giving. And that's the OLAP for you, which is nothing but online analytical processing. Now coming back to the same slide, the difference between OLAP and OLTP. The first thing which we discussed was online transactional processing. The OLTP stands for online transactional processing and the OLAP stands for online analytical processing. This T stands for transactional. This A stands for analytical. Okay, so online, OL stands for online, T stands for transaction, A stands for analytical, and P stands for processing. Now, two ways we have seen where the system works. One is we are doing online transaction where you go and add to the product to the cart and you buy through a credit card, and that's a transaction that you're making. That means immediately the amount will be deducted from your account. The amount will be given to the Amazon. That's a transactional processing. But what you're using in your websites, you're going and browsing the pages, adding the product, that acts like an analytical processing. Okay. Online transactional processing, online analytical processing. There are two different ways. Let me tell you the climax. Let me tell you the climax. Today, why I am telling SQL is the best. Today, why I'm telling you SQL is important, because before that, I'll ask you a question. Which is the fastest ever running animal in the world? Cheetah is the fastest running animal in the world, right? Now, which technology gives you a very fast transaction in the limited time? Undoubtedly, it's SQL. There is no other technology which can surpass the speed of SQL transaction. And that's why even today, after 53 years down the line, we are still proving that SQL is the one of the important and trended technology because of its fastness. There can be n number of new technologies that is coming into picture, but it will never touch the speed of SQL. There can be many alternative animals who can run as fast as cheetah, but it can never beat cheetah. Let's say tiger, it can run. Ostrich, it can still run, but it can never surpass the speed of cheetah. The same thing, there could be n number of technologies that is coming into the market, but for an online transactional processing, there is no other technology which can be as fast as SQL. And that's why even today, 53 years down the line, we are saying that it is one of the fastest technology in the world. Now, For an online analytical processing, there are many technologies. The one which runs very slow, tortoise is there. The one which very slow, maybe like you take any animal, it will run slow, right? It will run slow. So you can still use any other technologies. Now, let me tell you one example. Listen carefully. Whatever I say, every word has a meaning. Listen carefully and then answer. There is a cat, there is a cheetah. Okay, carefully listen. There is a cat, there is a cheetah. Both comes under same spices, like similarly. Okay, they have both cat face only, right? Your tiger is also cat face, your cheetah is also cat face. So imagine that they're all with the same some XYZ generation, all this, keep it in mind. There is a cat, there is a cheetah. Listen carefully. Can cheetah overtake cat speed? I repeat, can cheetah overtake cat speed? Of course, yes. Can cat overtake cheetah? Reach the speed of cheetah? No. Last question. Last question. Can cheetah walk in the speed of cat? Can cheetah walk with the speed of a cat speed? Forget about OLTP overlap. I am asking simple cat and cheetah. I am saying, can cat match the speed of cheetah? Straightforward. It's up to cheetah whether he can run as fast as want, or he can walk very slow also. Correct? So your the second case, right? Your cat can never touch the speed of a cheetah, but your cheetah has the flexibility. It can run faster. It can even walk like a tortoise. It can even walk like a tortoise. It's all up to you. Whether you want to run in 100 km speed, you can do it. Whether you want to walk like a tortoise, you can still do it. Well, the good thing about SQL is it can be used for online transactional also, and it can be used for online analytical processing also, because it can run as fast as possible and it can give the results as slow as possible as well. Well, that's the beauty of SQL. But always cheetah is known for its fastness. Similarly, the usage of SQL will always be prioritarily based on the fastness. Running like a tortoise, if it is running like a cat, so in that case, the purpose of cat, it cannot run fast, right? It has to be like a slow only. So it is only purposes for online analytical processing. Whereas if you talk about SQL, it can even run faster, it can even run slower. It can be used for both analytical processing as well as for transactional processing. But it is mainly known for its speed. That is nothing but my transactional processing. For slowness, there are n number of technologies, but for fastness, your first choice should always be SQL. Is the concept clear? Why today, even proudly, I can say that why I'm giving you so much of hype for SQL is all because of this feature, which is going to be OLAP and OLTP. Well, the reason why I'm spending a lot of time on this OLAP and OLTP, this is a very important concept when it comes to a data engineering. This is a very key important because it comes again back in the data warehousing, which is somewhere 20-25 days down the line. This topic will still come. So I am giving more importance here because there you can have a very smooth understanding. The reason why we are talking more on this, because this is a technology, this is a concept which gives you a more clarity what type of data you are maintaining. Are you maintaining a transactional database, or are you maintaining an analytical database? What's your main purpose? That's the key step here. Today, hope you have learned this OLAP and OLTP. And trust me, if you have listened to the class without any distractions, if you have concentrated, this topic is something which you will never ever forget. Just keep two examples: the one you have to send money to someone, and the one which you have to purchase something in Amazon. I've given you open challenge. If you do this, that product is yours. The reason why I'm giving this example, of course, I know that no one will be able to prove this. The reason, that's how Amazon works. But the reason I've given you the example, but it never washes out of your brain. This will be stuck as important topic in your brain. Clear? Are we clear with the two topics? Everyone? Okay. We'll stop here. As part of the introduction into SQL, we have seen what is SQL, why we need SQL. It's a communication language. Then we went for the importance, and to prove that it is important, I have given you two examples, and that is nothing but your OLAP and OLTP. With that, We'll stop here. We will continue tomorrow.